They are up,
Awesome.
so head your way to challenge, click your little paperclip, and away you go. It looks like we
Awesome.
have some people who have already done that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a round 2 match reported already between JK007 and Nanobug. I wonder if that was a drop or a concession.
And a
Or
result has been reported.
that would be the intentional version. Otherwise, it's been misreported, possibly by accident. Oh, a cock up, says Nanobug.
Okay, I can fix that.
A direct quote. Thank you, Nanobug. Thank you, Nanobug.
Actually, I can't fix that yet. When you when you finish your game, let me know what the actual score was, and then I can fix it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, so I have jumped into Muffin's game, as it appears some other streamers have. So lots of eyes on this game at the moment. I think that's because they're at the top of the table so far.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Do a refresh for myself here and let's go find some muffins.
Excellent. I just need to.
I played Keys for Music the other day. I think last night, I believe. Oh, they have jumped right in, which is great. And let's see. Yeah, already streaming from Aurora.
What happened
it
with
looks
bidding?
like
So there's no bidding. Awesome.
And it looks like Muffins opened. Yeah, Muffins opened with a Dark Amber Vault, which is very strong. And we're a few turns in here, so I'm not going to spend too much time digging through the log. Keys for Music at 4 Amber. They just have a Seeker Needle out. Muffins with now 7 in hand after a Logos turn, playing Humex to draw, and then getting draws off of both Odd Claude and I believe that's a Demo Bot. Yes, with their Dark Amber Vault out. And remember, also getting +2 power to their mutants for that. So that is quite a good board there.
For sure.
Lots of muffins, man. I'm gonna get judged. No, that's okay, muffins. I'll only be a lot mean to you. I'm kidding.
No judgment here.
Keys for Music, dropping Trimble, giving all the mutants on the table elusive, and then Key Frog dropping down. Definitely going to be handy if their Forge step gets skipped at all here. Yeah, Dark Amber Vault just can't really pass that up if you've got a bunch of mutants in your deck. So while we're waiting for a house choice for Muffins, we've got her piloting Gabnose, the Chancellor Predator. This is mass mutation without any enhancements. Dark Amber Vault, decent number of mutants. Double Ritual of Tognath. This looks like a real fun deck here. I think very good. Muffins going into Dis. Lyco Fiend drawing a card. Techno Fiend drawing a card. Soulkeeper onto Q-Max, which is a great play. Wow, I believe Soulkeeper hits the enemy creature, yeah.
Double Doom there to return Key Frog and discard Key Frog. That's quite a good play.
Yeah, that's great. Ritual of Tognath. Hitting Lyco Fiend and Q-Max, which should blow up the Trimble. And lots of muffins saying here. That may have been there may have just been a misordering of the triggers there as far as how to select them in the UI.
Shouldn't Soulkeeper have killed Trimble? Yes. What did Soulkeeper kill?
Because they're both destroyed effects on the Soulkeeper. So okay, they're manual moding it. So I'm not going to worry about messing them up in chat at all. I'll leave that there. But if the archive Q-Mix destroyed effect happened before Soulkeepers, then Soulkeepers wouldn't have triggered. So it may have just been a slight misordering with the UI, which wouldn't have happened in person. Yep. So happy for the manual mode there. I think that's perfectly fine. Stormstrong with a verification question in chat here. How can I verify if my opponent is playing the right deck?
I'm just checking on that. There is one person in the tournament that doesn't have a verified deck, but it is actually verified. If your opponent is Danielle 90RM, then you're fine. And I'll have I'll have a look at getting that done in the database now, so that it will show up properly.
Wonderful. Muffins with the first key of the game here. Let's see. They started their turn with 8 amber, then play down a spike trap, Shadow Thief, Techno Thief, drawing off Dark Amber Vault. Lexus likes out, bumping Titan Engineer back to hand. So a real strong board position, just drawing cards, getting lots of creatures and plays off of Dark Amber Vault. Very strong. Keys for Music dropping a subtle auto, picking who to hit with the Seeker Needle. They hit Mind Fire. Hit Mind Fire with the subtle auto, which is great. One last job to purge and steal an amber. So Keys for Music with a check at 7. Check at 7 here. And it looks like they used the Seeker Needle on Techno Thief. Okay, just getting them up in damage. Techno Thief already had 3 damage on them, so they certainly knew the Dark Amber Vault was in play. Lots of muffins straight into logos here. Research Smoko, one of the classic pre-mass mutation mutants. Dark Amber Vault drawing, Q-Mex drawing on their own, of course. A Discombobulator to stop steal, which is going to be good against Shadows. Not sure how much is left in Keys for Music deck, though they've got 20 in the deck. Playing Dimension Door, which they likely may have just drawn into here. Reaping with Damobot, stealing 1. Discarding a Gamgee, sacrificing Spike Trap to sacrificing the Spike Trap to try to kill their own Damobot, but it didn't work because of her own Dark Amber Vault. That is okay. Happens to the best of us. Just part of the game. Keys for Music also going with Q-Mex. It's got a damage on it, which is great. Drawing a card, playing Mutagenetic Serum, great with mutants. So setting themselves up for a strong future turn here. Dropping a Titan Engineer in the middle of the battle line, pumping lots of muffins. Key cost up to 7. She wouldn't have forged anyways, but now she's got a little hump to get over. Infomorph. So 2 mutants out there that they could hit with Mutagenetic Serum. And lots of muffins. Reaping with Techno Fiend. Choosing Dis as their house, Reaping with Techno Fiend. I don't have to say they with Muffins. Muffins being a she. She was on the podcast. It's how I know. Can never tell with handles.
Also being quite famous in the Keyforge community, of course.
Yes. Doubly so for that. Before she was on the podcast, certainly. A great community organizer.
Absolutely, and I do believe she runs lots of tournaments for the UK scene. I'm in that Discord and see lots going on. Not had a chance to participate in one as of yet, but yeah, they do happen.
And lots of muffins with the Gateway to Dis, taking 3 chains. Brabble hitting her opponent for an amber. Archiving card, stealing some, and then the Ritual of Tognath to go up to 9 with key cost of 6. Keys for Music going confidently into Shadows. Gotta love the speed of the house picking here. Let's see, that was a Seeker Needle. A bonus icon on the Seeker Needle. That's lovely. Dropping down a Gamgee. Just getting a little bit of a setup for later, not playing a lot of cards from hand. Muffins playing a Bone Ithing, stealing 1. Subtle Auto, who is a mutant, drawing 1 off of that. Lyco Thief, Nexus, Francis the Economist. Goodness. This happens a lot with Dark Amber Vault and plus some hand management like her discard creatures. You just get these giant hands in like the mid to late game if you have Dark Amber Vault, so you've got that speed plus any other speed from other houses and discarding. What just happened? Okay, so the board got huge, and then it was Savage Clash. There we go. Ares moving fast. I love it. Savage Clash destroying all but 2 creatures. We've got a Fandangle, threatening non-untamed creatures coming in already. When Keys for Music has a bunch of amber, Gloriana's Attendant. Keys for Music certainly on the back foot here, going into the last key for Muffins as she has 4. Just that Dark Amber Vault really just accelerating her. Playing Spike Trap, using Lyco Thief to fight Fandangle to take them out just to be safe. So not going to check, just making sure Keys for Music doesn't have an out to really start bursting.
Seems sensible. And while in the time it's taken me to verify that deck, we're already at 2 keys and 5 amber.
Yes.
moving quickly.
Yes, indeed. So lots of muffins with the conservative play there, making sure their opponent doesn't have an out so she can kind of slow down, take that option away, and instead of reaping to go to 6. Keys from Music, QMX to draw 1, dealing a damage, a Lyco Thief. Professor Torado giving all mutants reap draw 1. Because we're relatively safe as... actually, it's just Muffin's Shadows creatures are in the discard. All of those Logos creatures. Back on the draw, of course. Mutagenic Serum to allow using Gloriana's Attendant. 1 card. Playing an Umberbot. Playing a Research Smoko. Plenty of mutants for Torado here. You could see a really lovely big... a lovely draw lots of cards Logos turn if Kate doesn't do some board control here. Of course, she can kind of sprint across the finish line. 5 Amber towards her last key.
Indeed, if she forges that 3rd key, it's all irrelevant.
Yes, indeed. Spike Trap, Diametric Charge, cleaning up that board quite a bit.
Wow.
QMX Research Smoko drawn off of that, discarding Dimension Door. So definitely taking control of that board, declaring check at 7. Keys from Music. Torado is alive. They've called Untamed, taking Archive to hand. Let's see what they've got here. Glancing at their deck list to see if I can see an answer. If what I glance at, I'm not seeing... Oh, Destroying Dark, Amber Vault. That may be game. I think Keys from Music is just playing it out here. I'm not seeing much Amber control. There could be a capture here or there, but they'd need 2 more cards with capture on them. Okay, there is a Ghost Hawk. No capture. Gonna get some reaping in here. Ghost Hawk with the damage. And a Amber, which is great. I love that for Amber Burst, getting the reap off of its neighbors. And that's GG. Keys from Music, of course, playing it out. Which is great. Love to see that. Love to see that. Keys from Music may be recognizing my name from yesterday. I am the Renee is Evil here on TCO. I don't really advertise that I'm Zach from Call of Discovery there, just to not that I get salty, but
okay.
Everybody play their own decks there. Very
nice.
Cool. Very
nice.
Cool.
Who do you want to look at next? Is my question for you.
See. Oh, let's see here. We've got jfillipeg. Don't know how far along their game or his game is.
Let's have a look.
I always like watching him.
They are 0 keys forged. Seems like a good time to join. We've got jfillipeg on check. Oh wow! Look at that wretched doll with the 5 damage icons.
Yes, I actually saw that up on Twitter earlier. FFG, as of this morning, is talking about their scavenger hunt where you can post pictures of enhancements or decks with various sets of cards. And one of the challenges was to find a card with 5 icons granted by enhancements. And he posted that one, which is amazing. I love that. Wretched doll with 5 icons. It looks like decks, so there was no bidding. And... one of these decks has the Vault Warrior in the name. Lovely. Yes, woo Philippe. All right, so Vertical Monkey, 8 Amber, check on keys for 6 jfillipeg, forging the first key of the game. And, of course, a Skippy Time Hog has been dropped. Opponent cannot use cards on their next turn. A nasty, nasty card, to be sure. I really love that card. It just turns everything off. jfillipeg with the Spirit's Way, destroying Snudge, Infernus, Infomorph, Cinder, Hystericog. And then going over to Vertical Monkey's turn, letting them forge. Letting them forge there. Yeah, unfortunate it's on an artifact. Yeah, that's true, because you're not gonna, there's no way to really get rid of that unless you've got your own artifact destruction. So, yeah, jfillipeg did what did he do? Shoulder Armor, Amberheart. Played Amberheart, Spirit's Way, kind of cleared the board a bit there. Vertical Monkey forging their key. Really seems it's pretty on pace here. Vertical Monkey with a bit more of a board. of course, playing with Daughter. We got a Skippy Time hung out, a couple creatures with play abilities. The Daughter, of course, chugging right along, getting Vertical Monkey that extra +1 and size. We've got a Dominator Bubble and an Amber Heart on jfillipeg's side versus the Essence Scale and Wretched Doll. Vertical Monkey going Shadows Reaping with that Bone Knithing. Yes, best Wretched Doll ever. 100% agreed, Stormstrong. 100% agreed. Splinter Mutant, Cut Person, Nexus. Okay, there's going to be a lot of damage enhanced pips in this deck. Of course, that's how we got the Wretched Doll. I see. Nexus. Buying another Nexus. So 2 Nexus, yeah? Yeah, 2 Nexus having to deal the damage to their own creatures here. Goodness, 2 Mutant Cut Purse, 2 Nexus. Never was a Dominator Bauble more in peril than now. Maybe an Amber Heart if Vertical Monkey has a use for it, but with these tiny creatures, I doubt it. Perhaps they'd ward the Daughter. But jfillipeg going right into this with a pretty decent turn here. Essence Scale, Xenofiend, and Drekker. I've got to say, I personally love Drekker, especially if you've got Essence Scale. You can reap with everybody, blow up your Xenofiend, steal one with Essence Scale, and then ready and use the Drekker again. Drekker is a real fun card. Essence is a real fun card. Definitely a nice dishand for jfillipeg here. Both people on 1 key, 3 Amber.
Whereas I dislike Drekker with a passion because it's really difficult to implement. but no other reason than that.
Sure.
I think we're waiting on some rulings for that as well. So there's a few bugs been opened to do with like 2 Drekkers being next to each other, or Drekker being next to something else, or a couple of complicated scenarios there that we are waiting for some rulings on, because there is it is mentioned in the FAQ and covers one of the scenarios, but not the others, and it can be quite tricky, because if you end up with something like 2 Drekkers and a Shadow Self, you end up in an infinite loop, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Vertical Monkey, who are getting some cheers for it in chat here, picking Shadows, having a great turn here, reaping up to 10 Amber. Nexus hitting that Dominator Bubble, keeping it exhausted for jfillipeg's next turn, allowing him to use it. And, of course, a great Borrow at the start, turning this Essence Scale into a Shadows artifact. Lovely that they're highlighted when they're stolen. Definitely helps you remember that. So jfillipeg not able to use it. And, goodness, where's this? Okay, they were just using a bunch. Now they're playing a bunch of cards. So we have activated the scroll bar, at least on my view, which it's getting serious when the scroll bar turns on.
For sure, it was there for a second, but it's gone now.
Yep. Okay, now that everybody's ready. So Essence Scale
we're up to 12 Amber.
Somebody. Essence Scale blows up Skippy to reap with the Daughter. So Vertical Monkey up to 11 Amber. jfillipeg at 1, stealing 1 with Bone Knithing. Ransacking. Plays Xenothief, discards Safe House. Wondering if there's another Borrow. Nope, just discard of the Safe House. Okay. jfillipeg is a great player, so I'm going to trust that play. There might be something else to steal or use an artifact, or they're afraid, of course, of the Borrow on the flip. jfillipeg saying GG. There's a concession. Okay. Vertical Monkey with just a monster of a Shadows closeout here.
Huge.
Just completely unstoppable. Completely unstoppable. You're saying the Spirit's Way was the turning point in the game there that really just cleared out his board. And then Vertical Monkey really stayed on top of the board there with keeping jfillipeg's creatures kind of off the board, took that Essence Scale, and then got out what I could say is a truly disgusting number of Shadows creatures. And a Borrow.
Absolutely. That was a whole lot of Shadows.
Yep.
All right.
So, great showing by Vertical Monkey there.
I've jumped into slogans versus drallielv. I will say this right before the end of the evening.
Maybe it's drallielv 4, like a Star Wars planet.
Oh, maybe.
The Rebel Base on drallielv 4. So we've got slogans. Okay, this is another mass mutation by slogans here against what looks like definitely a Call of the Archons deck, Benor, the Volcano Sentinel. I'm gonna guess there is Slogans deck RL Song Vicomte de la Ledure. Forgive me, anybody who speaks that language. I'm going to guess this is one of those mass mutation decks with a whole lot of amber control, given that we're seeing drallielv here at just 1 key or 0 key 6 amber, and slogans at 2 keys 2 amber.
Yeah, it does seem that way. And all for one game in there, mocking my pronunciation, but also using a typo to do so. So awesome.
It all evens out in the end. It looks like drallielv played a Tendrils of Pain, used a library to archive and then clear the board. So drallielv crawling up to their first key here, trying to come back, certainly on the back foot. And the only thing on the board is those sets of artifact slogans with a Soul Fiddle and a Dominator Bauble, drallielv with a few others, and then slogans playing a Font of the Eye, capturing an amber onto their Seeker of Truth.
And it turns out
some great incremental capture.
Turns out all for one game wasn't mocking me, he was cheering on slogans who shares my name. Hence the confusion.
Nice. All for one, Jupiter, is that you? I don't remember whose handle All for One is exactly, but I know it's United Archons Associated. I'm assuming that's you, Jupiter. So slogans certainly on the front here. drallielv trying to come back, not forging that first key due to having that amber taken away by that capture icon. Going into shadows, playing a Bullet Eye and Old Bruno, and discarding the Sting. Yep, don't really need the Sting anymore. Jupiter's 5th planet Keyforge. Awesome, thank you. It's so tough to keep real names and handles straight. I do as good as I can, y'all. I do as good as I can. So slogans, considering their house choice, they definitely want to try to close this game out. Certainly seen comebacks from worse positions than this. I've got to say, a Bullet Eye is great. It's tough to get rid of with that elusive. You're trying to fight into it. Bullet Eye real strong. So we've got to be careful with placement here. Careful with placement. Let's see where slogans goes. Let's see, what have they got? Let's see, in their discard pile, they've only got 4 left. We have seen, let's see, plenty of logos. That's 3, 4, 5. Most of their logos we've seen. Slogans going into this. Dominator Bubble, Reaping with Seeker of Truth, playing Gateway to destroy all creatures, gain 3 chains. drallielv up to 6 amber now. Slogans taking them right down after that Gateway, Font of the Eye combo, a Drekker protected by a Cinder. So a nice dis setup. If Slogans ends up calling another house, they could certainly be using that Dominator Bubble, but otherwise there's a Drekker that can reap for some amber control there. A Cinder that probably doesn't want to reap, especially as it's captured some amber here. drallielv going into Logos Library to draw a card. It was good to do that early to pick up an extra card there. All for one. Brett edited the Bristol Prime. Oh, excellent. Well, nice to see you, Brett. I've certainly seen you around a bunch on the digital spaces, so nice to put a name with the name. I'm glad Ed's put a face with the name. drallielv complaining Succubus isn't the last 10 cards. Oh, yeah, that happens. Getting some empathy from slogans there. Phase shift into Succubus, plays Dexter. Double Dexter. There it is, capturing some amber. Certainly going to slow slogans down just a touch here. Could slow drallielv down as far as cards go if those Dexters get blown up and drallielv doesn't have much else to go. Let's see. Slogans just with a Titan Engineer, Daughter, and Autovac, just building that board out, getting those key costs up to 7 for both players. Also, conservative play there, taking up to 7, confident they could get there before drallielv does, or just wanting to slow them down because they're drallielv's at 5 amber, slogans at 1, just as far as amber is concerned.
Just to keep them from forging that first key, keep them as far away as possible. It's not a bad shout. And it just gives them a bit of time to maybe take those couple of amber back from Dexter. They're not in any rush.
Of going logos here. Drallielv going logos, reaping with Dexter. A bunch getting up to 8 amber so far. Wild wormhole into Doc Bookton. Library to draw a card. Getting a board here. Drallielv saying not again, missed by 1. I figure out what exactly they're in reference to here. Probably didn't miss drawing a particular card they're looking for.
Unfortunately, that is the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, yes, it is. That is just the nature of card games. Gives them variety there. Slogans with another happy face. Being a good sport there. Slogans playing Eclectic Inquiry, archiving top 2 cards of their deck. Is deciding what to do here. They've got a daughter out. They've got a Titan engineer. They've got an autovac. Autovac, a great card. You can discard a card from archives to increase key cost, or archive a card with it. Reaping with daughter, getting up to 4 amber so far. Autovac looks like Autovac is discarding a card to pump up that key cost to a total of 10.
Ooh, there's a
Plus 1 for the Titan engineer. Yeah.
Slogans uses autovac to do several things. That should probably be more helpful than that.
See here. Over to drallielv. Dralala Bing Bong. Drallielv going into logos. Library to draw. That key cost up to 10, just being nasty. Slogans only at 7. Slogans definitely just kind of going up about 2 amber per turn here towards the final key. Really making sure to slow Drallielv down on this last key. They do, of course, have a great board. A great board with just under 11 minutes to go here. A bunch of logos cards. Vespelon Theorist, let's see. Yeah, Reaping with Vespelon Theorist, not seeing Dis. They're a guess with the Vespelon Theorist, unfortunately. Dexter fighting into the daughter. The other Dexter fighting into the daughter to take it out. Slow down Slogans card advantage. Take him deck down to 5 cards with the Succubus out there. Doc Bookton Reaping, drawing a card. Drallielv up to 11 amber, playing Help from Future Self. Which is going to get that to discard pile, shuffled all the way back in here to the deck. Time for Edwards to draw 2 more. Take a look at the amber control. That interdimensional graft is purged, of course. Not really any use on the final key, though. Let's see. We've got some too much to protect some Relentless Rippers. Yeah, not seeing a lot. Not seeing a large amount of amber control for kind of mid-range amber here. A couple of Relentless Whispers, which will be nice. Naughty Urchin. So Old Bruno. Okay, there's some in Shadows. So Drallielv's got some fight left. Drallielv certainly has some fight left.
Yeah, and they managed to get a bunch of amber in that turn, so they should be able to forge at least 1 key. Other Slogans doing their best to reduce that big stack.
Some more cheering for Slogans in the chat there. These Slogans in Dis. Imp Spectre Reaping with Drekker. Stealing 1. Cinder Reaping. Destroying Imp Spectre. Purging Nexus at random. Mark of Dis. Ooh, that's nasty. Mark of Dis onto... Was it one of their own creatures? Markham just to deal 2 damage to Succubus. Okay. And then took out the Succubus, I believe. Yes, there it is. There it is. Capturing another Amber onto Cinder with that Fawn of the Eye. Slogans at 8 Amber. Keys cost 6. drallielv with a key. Forging at 6. 3 Amber left over. They've got a sliver of hope here. Oh well, that's right. They're house stuck. They're house stuck in Dis, which was a great move by Slogans, because drallielv's best out would be in Shadows, of course.
Yes.
In Shadows, of course, with the too much to protect, old Bruno Urchin, that sort of thing.
And there we go.
That's game. That is game.
GG's in chat all round. Now let's have a quick look at where we are in the current round. We've got 2 games that are yet to report because we've had people not show up. That's one we just looked at. And so there's not that much left. I think KarenB and Joker's match should still be going. Let's have a look, see if we can find it. Yep, it is in progress. Let's see where they're at. Yep, so we got KarenB and Tuxedo. So there we got 2 keys to 1 for Tuxedo.
All right.
Looks like this was another game where we actually had some bidding take place.
All right.
Tuxedo winning their deck with 8 chains.
I have just checked my tags in Discord, and between games here, I've been compared to Ron Burgundy, and jfillipeg is theorizing about whether or not I am wearing pants, which will remain a mystery.
Forever a mystery.
Forever a mystery.
Yeah, that is the way of the internet these days.
Let's see. Yeah, KarenB, 1 key, now 4 Amber, as they're in the middle of their turn here. Tuxedo with two keys, 6 Amber. Key cost 9. Key cost 9.
Oh, we've got an Eddie. That'll be what's driving that key cost up.
There it is. There it is. So let's see.
Oh, there
Tuxedo,
it was.
Yeah, Tuxedo, Instrument of Silence, Flaxia, fighting a bunch here, Shattered Throne, a capture on a fight, Cauldron Boil, Titan Guardian drawing 2 cards for KarenB, Tuxedo using Molphin to fight Eddie. Okay, definitely rearranging the board quite a bit here. Tuxedo at check for the final key at 7 Amber, key cost 6. Karen at 5 Amber, keys cost 6. 1 key. Let's see what she's got. We'll glance at her list here. She's playing as a nag spawn of Meatlum. Excuse me. Let's see. Cutthroat Research, Interdimensional Craft. Eddie's dead, so that's a thing. Let's see. A Grok, Shattered Throne. Not seeing a lot of Amber control here for what Karen could do. Picking up the Eddie 4x4.
Ooh, the Mamook. That'll do it.
On mic. Picking up the Eddie 4x4, dropping the Mamook. Using that Shattered Throne. Excellent. Yep. Using that Shattered Throne, fighting with Xenos Blood Shadow to get Tuxedo down to 6 Amber, maybe down to 5, depending on what they do. Yes, just down to 6 Amber. So they won't forge at 7. They won't forge at 7 for their final key, as Karen is at 9 Amber. Keys cost 7. So definitely fighting back here. Definitely fighting back. Let's see what else Karen she's got on her sleeve, up her sleeve here. They gotta say that Shatter Throne, where she's got a board Tuxedo. If just Tuxedo doesn't play a lot of creatures out, then Karen's Amber control from that will be turned off at the very least.
Yeah, and it looks like chat agrees that you are definitely Ron Burgundy.
Oh man, 70s anchor look. Yep. Does he love Scotch? I do enjoy Scotch. I'll enjoy a little bit of the strong peaty ones. The ones that are smoother. The ones that are smoother are a bit more easy drinking for me. Can't admit I wear thick sweaters and sit outside in the snow drinking Scotch. That reminds me of what I grow plants in. I'm Zach Armstrong. I don't own many leather-bound books. I have a few nice ones. A Neil Gaiman omnibus of that comic he was the writer for in the 90s. Tuxedo with a small but dangerous Saurian turn here. Raider Gleam pumping up that key cost to 10. Draco Praco and Golden Spiral. Getting creatures out to fight. Karen going Brobnar and Narp. Narp easily narping upon that Raider Gleam, capturing 1. We've gotten Alaka fighting and destroying Draco Praco. A Grog 9-toes, a Gron 9-toes. I always want to say Grog. Shout out to Critical Role. And then a Grok coming out. And then an old Boomy. Okay, so KarenB here with a gargantuan Brobnar turn.
For sure.
Which between their reaping and any fighting they could do, they could easily take out that Malison. So Tuxedo, I think Tuxedo needs to slam that Malison into something and just completely turn that off for Karen while getting 2 amber in the same turn. Because Karen has put themselves in a good spot here.
Yeah, obviously building up that Brobnar hand to play that massive Brobnar turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is great. I've got to say that is great Brobnar turn in Worlds Collide, and I'm excited to say that. Just one tick under Double Orb of Wonder is this amazing fighty Brobnar thing here. Tuxedo with Misery Exploit for a single amber. Karen Karen looked very intentional in keeping some creatures undamaged there. 3 fates, picking Narp, Grope, and forgive me, chat. Narp, Grok, and Mog Hunter. Getting an amber back. Taking out the Grok. Yeah, so that's 3 of the Brobnar creatures, that Grok being the most dangerous one.
3 of those big hitters.
Yeah.
Another
puzzle. Soul Keeper. So there's going to be plenty of amber control in Untamed now to pretty easily take out that board with Bramble Lynx and Xenos Blood Shadow, which would then only kill the Gron 9-toes. So we'll see what else Tuxedo does here. Might be smart to take out that... No, Karen just has too many options in Untamed to board control to get... actually, they could only take 2 down in Untamed. They would need to get another amber off of them. Off of Tuxedo some other way.
K-March living the Narp in the middle of the battle line?
Yeah. No Data Forge, Lord of Winter. Yeah, no Boomy plays. Yeah, there it goes. Karen over to Logos. Tuxedo. Tuxedo, yeah, 7 amber. Something got captured here. Okay, Cutthroat Research, stealing 2, Code Monkey. Oh, brilliant. Man, smart plays by Karen here. Bringing the game nearly even... Oh, and there's the Eddy that they regrowthed. How many turns ago? 3, 4 turns ago now? Great plays by Karen here. That is smart. I wasn't even thinking... I totally forgot about that, y'all. I totally forgot that Eddy came back into hand. Great plays. That key cost going update, keeping Tuxedo off of it. Still plenty of fight left in Untamed right now. Plenty of fight left in Untamed. Karen doesn't not quite calling check. 5 amber, key cost 7 Tuxedo. Tuxedo at keys cost 8, 7 amber. Tuxedo going into Saurian. The only thing they have on board there is a Golden Spiral, so they'll get to use something. Karen certainly trying to come back from behind here with a sneaky just control victory with Shattered Throne. I have certainly seen these comeback victories with the Shattered Throne where your opponent's not thinking about the fact that their creatures are turning it on. Oh, and yeah, good call. Time is coming up too.
We've only got a minute left.
City-state interest really going to help with the way those tiebreakers are counted. Goes back. Then again, Karen's got plenty of fighty creatures that can really do some work with that Poison and Skirmish on Xenos Blood Shadow. There's a tribute.
That tribute could be crucial if it does go to time.
Yes, indeed.
Because obviously
Yes,
the
indeed.
Eddie doesn't matter at all, but the number 6 certainly does.
Aaron make a call for slow play here, as both people can see the timing there.
Yeah, I can see why she's saying that, but I don't think Tuxedo's being unreasonable.
Yeah, not quite. Picking what to golden spiral, how to do that with your warded taunted Ludo on the board. That does get Tuxedo the very last turn here. So Karen going straight into Untamed. Time was up at the very beginning of Karen's turn here. So Bramble Links, so it looks like really clearing the board here. Song of the Wild, Poor Toad Can't Reap, Kangafant. Yeah, with that Ludo, all that amber just absolutely disappeared. All that amber just absolutely disappeared. Yeah, and with let's see, Tuxedo will get
one last turn. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get one last turn, and they've got it. Yeah, so Tuxedo, I don't think they'll throw the match here. Tuxedo with a victory at the end here. At the end of their turn, everybody will forge a key at 6.
Yep.
Any key costs not being counted. Not currently implemented, of course, because that's awfully friggin' complicated. So Tuxedo's got it here. Tuxedo's got it here, definitively. Playing it out, there's a Cauldron Boil. Looks like they'll be getting a bit more amber. Karen very much getting very, very close. Very, very close to the victory there. Yep, it's always tough to think about, going into that final thing when you can see time is that slow play. Although you also need to consider your final turns as well very carefully. So, absolutely. That's a good game. That's a good game there.
With a minute on, it's really difficult to make that call that they're taking too much time, because I mean, just even choosing a house can take some time, right?
Yes, indeed.
Because if you are going to time, you've got to start thinking about getting a board state. If you end up being in a situation where it goes to number of pips or number of cards in hand of a certain house, then that comes into it as well. So you're like, which do I play now? Do I get more cards on the board? Am I going to be able to get to 6? Are they going to be able to get to 6? There's a lot to think about.
Yes, well, yeah, a lot to think about, especially with that large board that Tuxedo was staring down, that large Untamed.